Hey friends, it's Min from the Art of Verbal War, where people learn to excel in verbal skills. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of Harvey Specter videos or Hank Moody videos, we're going to answer some reader and viewer questions that I've been getting. So this new segment is called Ask Min. I'm going to do this probably once a month or maybe once every couple of weeks. So a lot of you have emailed me or sent me comments, and you're going through a lot of different things, and I'm going to try to help you come up with solutions to the issues that you're facing. So let's get right to it. So this first question is from C, who lives in the UK. I grew up in an Indian culture where we are ingrained to please our family, to be nice to one another, to do what our parents say. This began translating into all other aspects of my life: dating, work, relationships. Even though I excel in my career, I want to date, be able to verbally stand up for myself. I'm in my 40s now, and I want to be able to deal with women who quote-unquote shit test me. One woman asked me what I was doing on Friday evenings. I told her I'm spending the evening working on some exciting project. She commented, "How sad." Another girl replied, "You should be out partying." How can I reframe these conversations? Let's put aside the fact that these women that you want to date sound rather superficial. So this type of verbal attack or insult involves someone's judgment against you, right? Or against whatever it is that you're doing. So the key to handling this type of verbal attack or insult is to actually treat it as you don't care about their opinion. So as to the first comment of "how sad," you can just respond by saying, "Thanks, you must have me mistaken for somebody who actually cares." As to the second girl who said you should be out partying, a way you can respond is, "And you should keep your opinion to yourself." So whenever a verbal attack or insult involves someone's judgment, the best way to handle it again is to reframe it as a situation where they can say whatever they want, but you don't actually care about their opinion. Okay, so another person asked me, what is a witty way to respond when someone says, "I'm disappointed," or "I expect more from you"? So unfortunately, you didn't give me a whole lot of context to answer this question, but let's assume that you're dealing with someone who's like maybe a friend, a good friend, or maybe a parent who kind of has a superiority complex. They see themselves as superior to you. It's most likely that this type of scenario involves someone like that. Am I right? So I feel for you, because someone like this is most likely an emotional manipulator. So when someone has a superiority complex over you, right, or they think that they're superior to you, the best way is to just not buy into that frame that they're trying to set on you. So I've got two suggestions for you. This first one involves that actually not meeting their expectations was your goal all along. So you could say something like, "Oh great, I was getting worried I was totally meeting your expectations." The other way to handle this is to actually reframe it as their fault. So this is how you handle that. You could say, "Well, that's what happens when you have expectations, but you don't let anybody else know about them." Okay, and here's the final question for this episode. This one's from a YouTube viewer. "So when I'm in a heated argument, pausing to think is awkward. Can you teach me how to think quickly in an argument scenario?" So to answer this is a pretty complex topic, and I can go on and on. I could probably make an hour video about this. But I want to give you one quick tip, one that's worked really well for me. So what I've found for myself in the past is that when I get too heated, too emotional in an argument, I end up not being able to think quickly at all. Probably like what's happening to you. So the key is to avoid getting emotional. So keep some emotional distance from your argument. Okay, don't get too emotionally invested. And I want to share with you the reason for this. The reason is that there's a theory of what's called cognitive load. So when you get emotional, the cognitive load in your brain increases, which is what you do not want. So cognitive load is basically the capacity of your brain to think, simply put. When you get emotional, the capacity in your brain to think will decrease. And that's why you find it hard to think fast and to think clearly when you get heated. I'll definitely write more or make a video about this, because I think it's a really, really great topic, how to think quickly. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Ask Min. If you have any questions for me that you want me to answer on the next episode, email me at info@artofverbalwar.com and I'll answer your question. And if your question is selected for the next episode, I'm going to give you a free copy of my verbal self-defense course. So again, email me at info@artofverbalwar.com and I'll see you guys next time. And in the meantime, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And hey, if you haven't, check out my blog at www.artofverbalwar.com/blog, and I think you'll find something in there that you'll like. This is Min Liu from The Art of Verbal War, and I'm signing off. Keep being excellent, my friends.